Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube. I'm sorry I really haven't really been doing much videos that much. Either they're live or videos I like upload or anything like that. Well, just some things been going on, just been busy and stuff, that sort of thing. Everybody's usually busy these days, with work and family, a bunch of other things, they could be doing. So I thought I would do a video and I would do NFL Week 13 picks. I haven't really done this sort of thing in a while because of the fact that I haven't really been paying attention to football. I mean, I know like a good amount of players and all that. I just haven't really been doing that sort of thing, unfortunately. I just haven't really been doing the predictions just because of the fact that I haven't really done that. It's been a while, and I'm sorry for the way that I sound, unfortunately, and sorry for the way that the basement looks, unfortunately, too, because I started doing videos down here again, to have privacy and a few others. So, yeah, I just decided to do videos once again, to do that sort of thing. So, yeah, I pretty much decided, just to do that again. Okay, so let's get into this. So, yeah, again, apologies, for the way I sound and look as well, too. I decided just to get back into this, and do these sort of things. Hopefully, everybody hears me okay as well too. I mean, I checked my settings on here; everything looks fine. My headset, not my headset, my webcam that I have hooked up, and hopefully everything sounds good and looks good. That's all I can say. Okay, so let's get into this Week 13 NFL picks. So we're gonna get into our games that we have on tap, and as of course for Thanksgiving, and of course, excuse me, I have to get the stuff on here on the NFL website, or I could do it like either way that I want to. I mean, I don't think there's anything on here that says like who's favorite and all that stuff. I mean, I would say, like what team, pretty much is the favorite, but exactly, yes, not boring, at all, like you. Yeah. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, and then let's get into this. So our first game that we have on tap is gonna be the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions, the 10-1 Detroit Lions, surprisingly. I mean, that's very good, for a team like that to be doing that well. And the Lions, I think, have never won the Super Bowl pretty much. And the Bears, yeah, they've won it before, but they have a 4-7 record. And also, I know I'm not really gonna be able to, like, go over the players, because of the fact that most of the players are people I'm not really too sure about, unfortunately. A lot of them, I'm like, "Who is this person?" Or I should be, like, looking at them, and, like, looking at how they play and stuff. So, yeah. Here we go. So, this game will be at excuse me, 12:30 PM Eastern Time, because it will be in Detroit, and for this one, this should be a very good matchup, even though with the Bears not really doing all that well, but it still should be a pretty good matchup. Don't think it would be a blowout. I think the Bears will give them a good fight, and yes, I am picking the Lions over the Bears. Lions, Bears, oh my, yes, indeed it is. So, I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions in this one over the Bears. I think the Lions have a, better shot in this one. I mean, not because they have a 10-1 record. If the Bears somehow beat them, that would pretty much be an upset on Thanksgiving. It really would. But I don't see the Bears really doing that. I think the Lions get this one and remain. Um, I was about to say remain undefeated. It seems like they are, but they're not. They're 10-1, and I think they'll be 11-1 after this. And I say Lions beat the Bears 30-23, something like that. I think that's a pretty good score to go with. I haven't really done this, in a while too. I mean, the last time I did NFL picks was sometime last year, and I used to do this with friends a good amount of times too. I mean, people are welcome, to chat as well too. Well, I mean, like put in the chat bar as well, what they want to say as well too, which is all right. Okay, so where are we at now? We just did that one. Our next one is at 4:30 Eastern time, and this will be on Fox. Of course, these will be played on 3 networks. The first one will be on CBS. I don't know if it's gonna be Jim Nance and Tony Romo. I mean, very well could be, or it could be somebody else. This will be on Fox. This is the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, both teams are not really off to a great start. I heard that the Giants got rid of their quarterback, Daniel Jones, and I heard that the Vikings and the Ravens are like 2 teams that are interested in getting him. Now, the Ravens, I'm a little bit surprised about that, even though we have Lamar Jackson and we don't have the other quarterback for us anymore, Tyler Huntley. As far as I know, he's with the Dolphins, I want to say. And he pretty much, I guess, is doing all right with them. But if Daniel Jones comes to the Ravens, I mean, I guess that would be all right, but it's a little surprising. It's what I read from. And the Cowboys, they don't have their quarterback Dak Prescott, unfortunately. Yeah, because a lot of these names, unfortunately, I'm going to see them and I'm going to be like, ooh, I don't know this person, or I don't know exactly. Now, here on the ESPN app, on here, it'll tell me like the stuff on here. It'll say like what's their record and all that crap. Well, like who's the favorite? So pretty much, according to here, down or Detroit is a 9.5 favorite over the Bears, and for the Giants and Cowboys, the Cowboys are a 3.5 favorite, which seems pretty obvious. But you never know. The Giants, may do pretty well in this one. They might do better than the Cowboys, which would be pretty interesting. You know what? I'm gonna get it off of here, get off that screen up here, and I'm just gonna do it here on on my phone, just to do it this way, and instead of like using the mouse to click over. Anyway, for this one, and of course, I like to like go with like the classic quarterbacks, because the quarterback for the Cowboys, I cannot really remember his name. I'd have to look from week 12, like exactly what his name is, because again, it's not Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush. Yep. Excuse me. Sorry, apologies about that too. But anyway, yeah, we had some pretty good games for week 12. I mean, even though I didn't really go over that kind of stuff, I usually would. So anyway, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys actually in this one. I know a couple of my friends are gonna be happy about that. A lady I used to work with at the store I used to work at, and I know Mr. McClellan, Timothy, is probably gonna like that pick. So you're welcome. And I say the Cowboys win it, but barely. I say in this one, I say 26-23. I think it's going to be something like that. And then the later matchup, which will be on NBC, I'm assuming with I don't know if it's on NBC, Peacock, Universo, like that sort of thing. I'm guessing Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, I'm guessing, everybody's favorite commentator. They don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off with that back leg. That was a pretty pass. I may not sound like, him that much, but the Green Bay Packers are a 3.5 favorite. The Dolphins are 5-6. They got off to a rough start when they lost their quarterback. Sorry, Putnam. I don't really know his name that well. It's like Tua Tagovailoa, something like that. It sounded right to me. I know that's not right. And the Packers with their quarterback, I want to say it's like Jordan Love. Hey, I got it right. Yeah, because I know it's not Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I know he's with the Jets. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the Packers in this one. Sorry, Alex, but the Dolphins, they're playing pretty good now with getting their quarterback back. But this is in Green Bay. I mean, it may not make a difference. But I really think that it will go in favor to the Packers. I'm gonna say 27-19. 27-19 once again. Then we have our Black Friday matchup. Excuse me, Siri. Nobody's talking to you right now. That was very rude. Anyway, next one is the Black Friday matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the I keep want to call them the Oakland Raiders, but it's the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is, of course, in Kansas City. This will be on Prime Video. Those of you that like use Amazon and that sort of stuff. And Kansas City is pretty much a was like 13-point favorite in this one. And I'm tired of the Chiefs, unfortunately. I really am. I'm not a huge Chiefs fan anymore like I used to be. I remember when they had Trent Green, when he was playing for them, and the Raiders, they had their share of quarterbacks. Well, Jamarcus Russell, he was not bad. I think there was one guy named Marquise Tuiasosopo, something like that. I mean, he had a name like that, but it's a name I remember, like from the Madden football games. Go figure. And of course, you had Kenny Stabler back in the day. Then you had Jim Plunkett, and then the later years and stuff. Rich Gannon played for them. Sometimes, I'd like to do like the classic matchups. I say so. This is a battle between, I guess, Jim Plunkett, like a guy who had a big career for the Raiders, or maybe Kenny Stabler against Lenny Dawson, I guess, because I think he played for the Chiefs. I'm 100% sure he did. The second one would be Trent Green, even though with Patrick Mahomes, doing really good and stuff, but he's very cocky and overrated. And unfortunately, I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this one over the Raiders. Don't like to do that a lot of times, but I'd like to see the Raiders get this one. But they're 2-9, but you never know. We could have an upset. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with the Chiefs over the Raiders, 28-17. Now I am not gonna do this one. I will save it. I mean, you probably figure which one I'm going to next, but the next one is the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. Now, this would be pretty much Peyton Manning and Tom Brady back in their prime, but it is not. It is, as far as I know, I believe it's Anthony Richardson, which I think it should not be. I think it should be Joe Flacco. Even though he had a little bit of some rough games after he came back and played, and Drake May. I remember when they had like Matt Castle and a few others, when Tom Brady was hurt sometimes. But anywho, the Colts actually are a 2.5 favorite. Patriots are really struggling. They're 3-9, and I'm just going to get this one out of the way pretty quickly. I'm going to go with the Colts in this one, 23-17. Next one we have is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Cincinnati. And according to this, it says that Cincinnati is a 3-point favorite. That's very surprising. I mean, Steelers are 8-3. They did lose to the Browns on Thursday Night Football. Yay. Sorry to people who know that are fans of the Steelers, but I am not one of them. I mean, I think they're another overrated team, and same goes to their head coach. Sorry, to people that are probably going to be turning this video off and putting something else on, but that's your choice if you want to. But I'm going to... Excuse me. I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one, actually. I like to pick them over the Steelers instead. I mean, I don't like to pick the Steelers a lot of times, only if they were playing a team that had maybe 1 or 2 wins, pretty much. But anywho, yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one, 23-20. I think it could, come down to something like that. Our next one we have is the Los Angeles Chargers, who, of course, were always known as the San Diego Chargers, against the Atlanta Falcons. Justin Herbert, who played against the Ravens recently on Monday Night Football, as the Ravens did come victorious over the Chargers. It was a good game, though, by the way. I give credit to the Chargers, and I like Jim Harbaugh. I know he's a great coach. Definitely should be coaching more. And Kirk Cousins for the Falcons. I mean, Herbert's having a really good season right now. I mean, and Cousins is doing not bad as it is. And J.K. Dobbins was having a pretty good game, too. And, of course, a former Raven, too. He's having a good season. And I like to see the Chargers get the win in this one over the Falcons. I think it'll go in favor to them. I'll say 25-14 for this one. Then we have the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. Seahawks at a 6-5 record, and the Jets with 3-8. Aaron Rodgers is not really having a great of a season. I mean, it's pretty much okay, I would say, to him. I'm trying to look at the thing one here. There we go. Yeah, Rodgers is doing all right. I mean, 17 and 7, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And Geno Smith with 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, not really having a good season. I'm going to say that the Jets actually get this one over the Seahawks. Maybe a little bit of a question mark for some people, but I'm just going with a guess like that just to pretty much give it a shot with that. It's in New Jersey where the Jets play, and I think pretty much it just goes in favor to them. Jets over the Seahawks, 28-22. Next one we have is the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Excuse me. And it looks like Trevor Lawrence will be playing for the first time after his injury. I think the Jaguars lost in their last game. And I don't know. Well, actually, they come off a bye week. They didn't play in week 12, excuse me. Yeah, they got blown out by the Lions 52-6. Yeah, it was Mac Jones that got the start. So it looks like Trevor Lawrence will be getting the start in this one for them. Don't think it's going to make a difference, though. Yes, because I'm going to pick the other team. I'm going to pick the Texans over them. Not a huge Jaguars fan, unfortunately. I remember they had Mark Brunell and was it Byron Leftwich? I think it was, and David Garrard. I think they played for the Jaguars. I'm 100% sure they did. And the Texans, their quarterback, I always forget his name. He's a good quarterback, though. He's really good. CJ Stroud, yep, having a pretty good season now. I mean, 14 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I mean, not all that great, but it's acceptable. It's not bad. I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one over the Jaguars. I say 30-19. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are doing really well with a 9-2 record, and the Cardinals with 6-5. I'm pretty much in favor for the Vikings. They're a 3.5-point favorite, and Houston is a 4-point favorite against the Jaguars, even though it's in Jacksonville, but I don't think it'll make a difference. So, just really quickly, I'm going to get this one out of the way. Vikings over the Cardinals, 32-17. Next one is the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Commanders. Still are Redskins to me. I mean, they really should be. But, yeah, personally, I think it should be that way. But unfortunately, I don't think it will. They really should. This is it Will Levis, I guess it is. I don't think it's Levi's. No. Will Levis and Jaden Daniels. Should be a pretty good matchup with these two teams. But I think it goes in favor to the Commanders. And I say the final score shall be 19-14. And now we get into this one, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. I usually like to wear this pullover a lot of times, but yeah, it's nice to wear. So the Eagles at 9-2 and the Ravens at 8-4 probably would be maybe 10-2 if we were playing a little bit better, or 9-3 if we had won like a few of those games. I wish we would have beat the Chiefs in the first game, and I think we lost to the Browns and we lost to the Steelers. And I know there's another team as well too. I know it's not the Bengals. I mean, I think it was the week 3 game. Nope. We played the Cowboys. We won against them. We beat the Bills. The Bengals beat them. Commanders won against them. Well, it was somebody that we played and we lost. It wasn't the Buccaneers. I know I'm taking a little bit of some time, looking over this game. I got the Browns, destroyed the Broncos and the Bengals. Losses, Steelers, yeah. Week 12, no, that was against the Chargers. Was it the second game, I guess? Must have been. The Raiders. Okay, we did lose to the Raiders. Okay, 26 to 23. Okay. Didn't seem like it, but it's true. It's true. Not to quote Kurt Angle, but yeah. Anywho, so I'm got to say, yeah, we got off to a little bit of a pretty good start, against the Chargers, and Jackson did well. Derrick Henry wound up having a pretty good game as well. Andrews did pretty well. Zay Flowers is doing all right. Rashad Bateman, doing all right too. And hopefully, it should be pretty good for us, in this game. I mean, hopefully we can do the best we can, even though we did not have our linebacker Roquan Smith in the last one against the Chargers, but we should have him back for this game. But according to this, Travis Jones, Arthur Mallet, and Kyle Van Noy are questionable, and Michael Pierce is placed on the injured reserve. So we possibly will not have Travis Jones, Arthur Mallet, and Kyle Van Noy, but we should get Roquan Smith back, and hopefully that does help us. We should be able to get them guys in there, and we should get Roquan Smith back, and hopefully it'll get us a win. But we shall see. The Eagles are a tough team. Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback, having a pretty good season. Of course, Lamar Jackson, like I said, still is as well. But Saquon, I think it's pronounced Saquon. Saquon Barkley is having a really good season with 1,392 yards rushing, while Derrick Henry has got 1,325, which is not too far, behind him. So these two should put on a great show. And Lamar with 27 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. Jalen Hurts with 13 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. But again, it still should be a really good matchup with these two. And of course, I have to pick the Ravens in this one, even though it could go in favor to the Eagles, but it still should be a good matchup. And this is actually a 425 game. I just realized that and looked at it. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, once again, going with the Ravens over the Eagles. I say Ravens 27 and Eagles 23, somewhere around there. Now, the rest of the games, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers, also at 4 o'clock. This says the other one for the Ravens and Eagles is at 4:20 something. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm not a fan of fall and winter. It's not winter yet, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this one over the Panthers. I say 25-14. Then we have the Rams and the Saints and New Orleans at the Superdome. I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. They're a 2.5 point favorite, and Tampa Bay is a 5.5 point favorite over the Panthers. So Rams over Saints 28-20. Then we have the Sunday Night Football matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. Bills are a 7-point favorite, and I think the Bills walk away with this one over the 49ers 27-12, I say. Probably seems like a lot, but that's why it's called predictions. And last, our Monday Night Football matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Denver is a 5.5 point favorite. I applaud the Browns very much for what they did. That may be a sarcastic applause, but that's probably better. I applaud them, for beating the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football, and I don't really care for Thursday Night Football a lot of times. I think Thursday Night Football really should stop, especially for teams, that are gonna be like if they just played on Sunday and then they gotta play on Thursday, which I think is a little bit of a stupid thing, but I don't know why they do that. I mean, I think it should just be for teams that are, like, coming off the bye week, like, they don't play on Sunday, that week, and then they get to play on Thursday Night Football, that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos in this one over the Browns. I say 25-17, and that's it. All right, so I know I haven't really been doing a lot of the NFL picks videos, and like I said, I'm sorry because of the fact that I used to have friends that I would like do this with, and sometimes I'm like busy with things I gotta do, work, and sometimes I like to try and do videos, like videos I haven't really done in a while, not like gameplays, commentary stuff, like that sort of thing. But yeah, all right, so hope everybody enjoyed this once again. So hope everybody has a very happy Thanksgiving of 2024. So it's my pleasure to do this video for you all. Hope everybody enjoyed this once again. All right, so thanks again for joining in. You all take care. Enjoy your holiday. Thanks again for joining in, everybody. Take care.